Hi everyone. So lately I've been getting a lot of messages on LinkedIn and on other social media about how I got like an internship at Amazon. That too through an off-campus method. So I thought why not just record like a YouTube video and just put it all out there, because to be very honest with you, replying to messages was getting like really exhausting. Putting out the same thing again and again. So yeah, putting out a video for this particular purpose. So let's start with the application process. So this particular opportunity that I got, this was through Amazon Hackathon. So Amazon every year it conducts like a hackathon for third and fourth year students, and on the page of the hackathon it is not mentioned that Amazon will give any internships or anything, but through this particular program Amazon recruits students for 6 months internships for like fourth year students, and 2 month internships for like its third year students. Okay, and again it's for both boys and girls, so there is no diversity hiring. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much about the program. So I mean, it's meant to be a hackathon, but so the application goes around in August, I guess, around August, June, June, July, I guess. Just keep your eyes open on around these dates in June, July, or August, and the application goes live on unstop.com. Unstop, which was previously Dare to Compete. So I will give a link to this particular website, Unstop, and one of the links to it to the previous seasons of Amazon Hackon as well. So yeah, moving on. So I appeared for Amazon Hackon. So this was back in July, uh, I guess June, July, August, whenever it happened. And I qualified the first round. The first round, I guess that was like a MCQ based round, and then I appeared for the second round, which was like a coding round. So I remember in the coding round, me and my teammate, so we solved like all the questions, but we did not proceed to the next round. So we were like stuck till we were just able to reach till the second round. We were not even able to clear the second round also. But I mean, luck had some other things for me. I mean, here. So yeah, after this, so me and my teammate, basically one of my teammate, he got in the hiring loop for Amazon Hackon, for Amazon basically. So we got a mail from Amazon saying that, hey, hey Utkarsh, we are excited. I guess something, it was something like that, that we are excited about welcoming you to Amazon. I don't know, not welcoming, I guess that I I mean it was some generic mail about applying to Amazon, and it contained like some job application link. So we applied through that particular link, and within the next maybe 3 or 4 days, or maybe even 2 or 3 days, me and my teammate, we got the test link basically. So yeah, we got a test link. So I mean, again, it was like a simple Amazon online assessment. So if you are not aware about like what Amazon mostly conducts, so for Amazon the first round is basically like a hacker rank round, and unless it's not for like an SD position, so the test mostly it will be like what, two DSA questions, and the level is like medium to hard, lead code medium to hard, like not too much, sometimes easy also. So yeah, so I gave the test, and along with the test, one thing that I would like to mention is that before giving the test, one should really prep on Amazon's leadership principle as well. So this is one thing that I would like to stress upon as well. So during my internship, and I mean I got to know about this during my internship. I was aware about it before as well, but Amazon really stresses on its leadership principles. So when you will give the online assessment as well, after attempting your coding test, there will be one other test where you will be tested upon Amazon's leadership principles. So you will be given like you will be given like lots of questions situation based questions, and we will have like some 3 or 4 scenarios to choose from, that how you will basically react in those scenarios, right? So I mean, this was one of the factors that basically resulted in me being selected after the coding round to the interview stage, and my friend not being selected to the interview stage. So this is one thing that I would make sure. So you can just Google Amazon's leadership principle and get a gist of how Amazon works, and how why those Amazon leadership principles are there and what do they mean. I mean, just knowing them will put you in that perspective which is needed to clear the situation test, right? So yeah, so I cleared the coding and situation based round, and after that I proceeded to the interview stage. So I think after the coding test, it took like maybe a week or two, or maybe some like some time around that for the interview to come. Yeah. So yeah, the interview got scheduled, and again, when the interview got scheduled, like I was given maybe what, like 3 or 4 days, I think I was given to prepare for the interview. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I prepared for the interview again in the same way. I I started with like revising Strive. I think it was Striver's A to Z DSC sheet only. So I started with that. I don't know if it was either A to Z DSC sheet or what, his 180 questions sheet. So I started with that, and I completed that sheet, that I remember. Like I completely revised that particular sheet. Uh, yeah, and one more thing that I did was, so I had done like one internship before before like giving this particular interview. So I made sure that I knew whatever I had mentioned in my resume about that particular internship, as well as whatever the projects I had mentioned in my resume. I made sure to go through all those projects. So that is one thing that I did. Also, again, I went through Amazon's leadership principle as well. I mean, I read some of the experiences, and they didn't mention anything about me being asked these sort of leadership principle based questions in the in my internship process. But just for like some safety net sort of view, I tried to like get a gist of what these leadership principles are. And one thing I also had in my mind was that somehow I wanted to like associate my projects, my experience with Amazon's leadership principle. So yeah, that is what I did for the preparation. uh, I mean, but most of the time was spent in like preparing 4 days, like revising the entire sheet in the given amount of time. So yeah, most of the time was spent on that. So my interviews was scheduled. So Amazon's interview happens over one of Amazon's internal meeting application. So when you get that, when you get an interview, basically you will get the link to download that particular application, and yeah, have your interview here. So I remember the day of the interview. So I think the time was around maybe 11 or 12. Um, I was casually chilling on this chair itself in the same position. Yeah, the same room. Uh, yeah, the interview was the guy that came, the person that came for the interview. Like he was a very friendly guy. Uh, we started with his introduction. Like he was a SD1 at Amazon, being worked for like 2 or 3 years, I guess. Yeah, he started my interview. So I gave my introduction. I gave a thorough description of my past internship, of my projects, and whatever I like to do, all that stuff. It started with that, and then he quickly gave me a brief about how the interview will go. So he told me like that the interview will consist of like problem solving, and he will be giving me like 2 DSA problems, and he would expect me to solve those DSA problems, right? Yeah. So yeah, the interview started. Just one thing to note though, uh, I actually extended I actually took a lot of time for giving my introduction. So it took around like 15 to 20 minutes in all this jibber jabber, and this was a 1 hour interview. So out of 1 hour, I was only left with 40 minutes to solve like two DSA questions. So that is one thing I don't recommend for this particular interview. So if you are like, so this is one thing, because I would say that giving a good interview is good, but for this particular level, what I think is that clear like solving the two DSA questions that your interviewers will give you, that is much more important. Okay, again, there's not like a hard limit to the number of questions that your interviewer will give, but for my case it was two, because my interviewer, he told me in the beginning itself. So yeah, solving whatever amount of DSA questions or whatever DSA questions your interview is giving, that is much more important than your fancy introduction. So try to keep that in limit. Yeah. So yeah, he started with the interview and he gave me a problem. So one more thing. So Amazon basically, it wants to solve its DSA question. It wants you to solve its DSA question on a notepad. So you are not even like a code editor. So you basically get like a notepad kind of thing. So you don't get any suggestions or to complete on the notepad. It will tell you though if your syntax is incorrect, that it will tell you. But yeah, so we started with that. The first question I remember, it was like a sliding window based question, from what I remember, sliding window or two pointer based question. Uh, yeah, but yeah, it was something that I had never seen before. So I started with, first of all, how this is what I do. So I start with the brute force approach, and then I try to discuss with the interviewer and then optimize it. So even if I know the solution, I just try to fake it and optimize it. So again, he gave the question. Nothing came in my mind at that particular moment of time. So I told him the brute force solution. Obviously, we discussed the time complexity, the space complexity, and then he told me to optimize it. I don't know how, but something came into my mind about it being like two pointers, because it was an array based question. So I thought like, hey, maybe we can have like a two pointer sort of approach if we sort this particular array. It was like, how will you do that? So I told him the entire approach, and turns out it was like the right approach. So yeah, it was like the most optimal approach. So yeah, he was happy, and then he told me to code that particular solution. So I did this entire thing is like what, 15 to 20 minutes. I did this entire thing. Then in my introduction, actually, I mentioned that I like playing chess. So for the next question, he gave me the question of, basically, I don't remember the name of the question, but it's the knight's question basically, where basically you start from one corner of your chessboard, and then you have to reach the other corner of your chessboard in the minimum number of moves. So you have to basically tell what is the minimum number of moves needed to move your knight from the starting position to the ending position of a chessboard. So it's like a simple BFS, breadth-first search based question on a graph. Again, I told him the approach. Then we discussed about this time complexity, its space complexity, and then he told me to like quickly like code it. He told like, see Yukesh, there's like what 10 minutes left on the clock, and I wanted to code it. So yeah, I went on, I coded it. There was like some problem in the code, so he pointed towards that, and then we fixed it together. Yeah, but at the end of all this, yeah, I solved that question as well. uh, so yeah, I still remember my interview was over in like what, 59 minutes, and the interviewer, he had like some more interviews scheduled, I guess. So he told me, yeah, I have some meeting to catch up, so I will have to run now. But yeah, thanks a lot, and the student programs team will reach out to you later. uh, yeah, I mean, so yeah, that was all about it. So that happened. uh, One interesting thing to note was that My interview was in the start of October or maybe even September. That I, from what I remember, and I got the result for this interview on 5 December. So it was like maybe a 2 or 3 month process. I had lost all the hopes of getting, like, I mean, any response back from Amazon, because it was like 2 or 3 months. But yeah, I mean, on like 5 or 6 December, I got the mail from Amazon that, hey, congratulations, Utkarsh, you are selected as an Amazon intern, blah blah blah. This will be like the compensation they will be offering, and yeah, all the next steps. So yeah, I mean, that was how I got selected. I'm not very good at sharing experiences, so I mean, if you have any questions, just put it down in the comments down below. Whenever I will get time, I will answer those comments. Uh, yeah, so this is how I got the offer. So I got the offer on like 5 December, and my internship it started around 15th January. So it was a 6 month SD internship. I had to actually relocate to Chennai for this particular. I am like a Delhi resident, so I had to relocate to Chennai for this particular internship. Uh, yeah, I mean, the internship again experience again was great. I mean, I got the best team I could have, I guess. uh, the best people, the best mentors, and I mean, like literally the most chill and knowledgeable people I think I could have met. So again, the 6 months Amazon experience, that was great. Yeah, I mean, in the end, I mean, they actually did give me like an inclined vote. So right now, I don't think they have like any head count for conversion. So I mean, they told me that like your internship was successful, and whenever the space opens up, we will be calling you back. Uh, so yeah, that was about the Amazon experience. Do let me know anything in the comments. Anything I can help you with, any more videos I can make or anything. I mean, because to be very honest, I don't like replying on LinkedIn. That gets like a little bit tedious for me. So yeah, I prefer this kind of thing. So yeah, thanks for watching, I guess. Thanks for watching. Hope you get that internship or job, that whatever you're waiting for. Yeah, good luck. Bye.